Hi, I'm Merrick Green. I'm the founder of General Counsel PC. I also lead our employment law practice. Today I want to talk quickly about at-will employment law. Most likely you're an at-will employee unless you're an executive and you have a contract for your employment or you're a union employee. At-will employment means you can be terminated at any time or you can quit your job at any time. You have protection from state, federal law, but as a foundation, your employment law relationship can be terminated at any time. Oftentimes within an employee handbook, the job application, your offer letter, you'll have a disclaimer that says you're an at-will employee. There are a few exceptions to the at-will employment relationship where it can be modified. Number one, you can create an implied contract. An implied contract is a modification of the at-will employment relationship where through an employee handbook, something that's said to you by a manager, or perhaps other documents that you provided, the at-will employment relationship's modified. Someone has said perhaps that your employment will go on permanently. Someone has said that you'll only be terminated for cause. Something along those lines will modify the at-will employment relationship, and if that's what happens, then they can only terminate you for cause. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes it can. The other exception to the at-will employment relationship is the public policy exception. You can't be fired for not doing something illegal. Public policy exception is there's law, there's state, federal, there's public policy. And the government doesn't want you to be able to be fired for not doing something that would be against public policy. So a good example that's often used is you're asked to forge resumes. You say, no, I'm not going to forge that resume, and you're fired because you refuse to violate the law. That would be an unlawful termination, and the at-will employment relationship would not be relevant. Another circumstance would be if you were reporting a crime. You saw someone using illegal drugs. You saw someone stealing, and you were fired for reporting that crime. That could be another exception to the at-will employment relationship. So the main thing to remember is, most likely you're an at-will employee. Most likely you don't have an implied contract. Most likely the public policy exception will not come into play. So you need to look at state, federal, local laws to see if you have employment protection. Thank you. Merrick Green, the General Counsel PC.